Hello everyone, my name is Sumit and I welcome all of you to BASP self-learning video series. This is my next tutorial for beginners in Python and the topic is file handling. In this tutorial, I will be going to explain you how to create a file, how to read a file, how to delete and how to remove a file, or basically how to do all the file handling operations in Python. Now the question arises that why file handling is required in Python. So as you know that a file is some information or data which stays in a computer storage device for a long time, and you already know about different kinds of files like your music files, video files, text files. So basically the Python gives you the easiest way to manipulate these files. Generally there are two types of files. We have text file and binary file, and the text files are the simplest text, whereas a binary file contains binary data which is only readable by the computers, and the text file can be read by the computers as well as the users as well. So in this tutorial we'll be going to see how to create a file in by using Python. So there's a default function, the open function, and basically this open function is used to open a file for reading or writing, and this Python has built-in open function. To work on this open function we do not need to import any module in our program, and this function creates a file object which would be utilized to call other supports method associated with it. So basically we have got file object, and as you can see here the syntax is file object open file name and access mode, and there is an example as well. So out file is the file object which we are going to create. Open is a function. This open function will take two parameters. First is the name of the file, second is the mode, access mode. So basically this is the access mode, so in which mode you would like to open your file. So in this example I have used the mode as a WT, that is for write mode, so the file will open in the write mode. There are various other modes available, like we have R, RB, R plus, RB plus. So these are the specific descriptions about these modes. There are more modes available here. So let's see how to create a file in the writing mode. So I'm going to create a file, a program which will first of all will write. We create a file and write data into it, and then with another program will create a program, will open that file and read the data from that file. So let's do that. So for this let me create a new Python program first of all. So I create a new file here and I write a simple comment first, program to save data into a file. Now to create a file I need one file object. So I create one file object. Out file is equal to open is a function, and I would like to give a file name. So I give a file name BASP file dot txt. Txt will be the extension of the file, and I want to use W mode. W mode is for write mode, because without creation of file, if the file does not exist, if we use read mode it will throw an error message. So it will create a file. Now in this file I would like to save a text or a line. So a simple write out file dot write function, and I write here BASP, or let's say hello, simple text, and the last command will be out file dot close. Make sure once you write the data into a file, you need to, if you have write the data and if you have opened the file, you need to make sure to close it as well. Otherwise it can throw an error message. So I'll execute it, I'll save it, and I'll save this file as program 5, run it. I didn't get any output here. There is no this output here because I use this write function to write this string or write this data into this particular text file. So let's look for this file. Because I haven't provided any location, specific location, so this file will be created in the same directory in the C, in the same directory where we in the Python folder. So let's look at that. So in C:python 34, and the name of that file will be BASP file.txt. So you can see the file has been created, BASP file, and the creation time will be just now. And if I open this file, you can see a text is there, hello, and this is the text which we have entered here. If I write here, I again write here out file dot, I again use write statement, BISP welcome you to file handling tutorial, and again I execute it. Again there is no output, and again if we'll open that file, you can see the text which we have entered here, it has been appended in the same line. So there is, the auto formation is not available. If you want to print, if you want to add this text in the next line, you need to use /n here. And again if you want BISP welcomes you to, if I use here /n as well, and I close this and I save it again, run it, again the file created. Let's do one thing. Let's write here print file created, so that the user will know that the file is created or not. I got a message file created. Now if I'll open that BSP file, you can see the text, or the text in a different line. So hello, then /n BSP welcomes you in one line, and file handling tutorial in another line. This is how we can write a program to save or to create a file and write the data, write a text into that file. Now let's suppose if I want to read file, so I'm going to create same program, in same program 2, or let's say I write here code to read data, or code to read a file. So I write here in file is equal to, statement will be same, the open function will be same, file name BISP file.txt, only the mode will be changed. This time it's a read mode, because I want to read the data in file. And when we open this file in a read mode, when we read the file, the data will be stored. So either we can directly print the data text from that particular file. So I write here print in file dot read, and in file dot close, execute it. So you can see the file has been created, and this text is reading, this text is coming from the file. So it has opened the file in the read mode, access the data from there, and display here. So let's print a message here, so that user will know reading data from file. And if you want to print some specific lines, so to make it more clear, reading data from file, hello, BSP welcomes you to file handling tutorial. Now along with this read function, we can use the count. Let's suppose we count parameter. If I enter 10 here, so what it will do, it will start reading the file from the beginning, but it will read only 10 characters. So I'll save it, and when I run it, it displays only hello BISP. If you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it reads only the 10 characters. And if you do not provide any specific length, it will read the complete file. So like this, we can have a file position. We can read a file from a specific number of characters. Then we have a tell function. So basically this tell function will help us to know the exact location or the current position within the file. So let's suppose I would like to know my current position within the file. So I write here print in file dot tell, and when I execute it, I'll got a message 51. So like this, you can see we are at the 51th position. 51th position is the length of the file in this 51, and we are at the last position. So if you count them one by one, you will find out that here it is 50, and this will be the 51th position. So this tell function can help us to know the current position within a file. If I would like to read the data from a specific position, let's suppose I would like to start reading, instead of reading from hello, I would like to start reading from BISP, or start reading from this B. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let me change this. So instead of reading, I write here in file dot seek. So with this seek function will help us to do that. So basically this seek function has got two parameters, but second parameter is not mandatory. First parameter is always mandatory. So this seek function method, it change the current file position, and this is the starting position. Basically this is the offset position. Offset position indicates the number of the bytes to be moved. So what bytes we have moved, so I would like to read from here. So this is at the number 8 position, and another argument is from position. So let's suppose if I'll say number 9, so it is specify the reference position from where the bytes are to be moved. So if I do not specify anything, if I'll simply mention this, so what it will do, it will start reading from the number 8th position, and it will read the whole file, the rest of the data in from that file. So this function will help to move the position or move the cursor or the current position, to change the current position within a file. Another function we have here is the rename and delete. Rename and remove, basically rename and remove. So this function is used to rename a file, and this function is used to delete a file. So if I would like to rename a file, now to rename or to remove a file, we need to import the OS module. So I write here import OS, because these two functions, rename and remove function, exist in this OS module. So here I would like to rename the file. So I write here os dot rename, and which file I would like to rename. So I give the name of that file, bisp file.txt. That's the old name. And what will be the new name? I write bisp new file.txt, and I give a message. I print a message here, print file renamed successfully. So if I execute it, let's run it. See, I got a message, file renamed successfully. Now if you go and check the file name, so the file name has been changed, bisp new file. And now if I try to read the file, I'll get an error message. See, the file has been created, but now I'm getting an error message because I'm trying to read the file, and that, sorry, this is the file has been created. But if I'm trying to rename the file, again I'm getting an error because this bisp file.txt does not exist. So this is for renaming the file. If you want to delete a file, so if I want to delete a file, so let me remove this code, and simple, I write here I would like to delete a file. So let's check the file name first of all. So file name we have bisp new file. I would like to delete this file. So to delete this file, I simply write a command here, os dot remove and file name is bisp new file, bisp new file dot txt. You can see here I am trying to remove it. So when I press F5 key, the code executes, save it, run it, and you can see the file has been removed from here successfully. So these are the various operations which we can perform on files. Now I was talking about the attributes. There are other file object attribute as well, file.close. So this is basically used to test whether the file is already closed or not. File.mode, it will return the access mode with which file was opened. So if you want to get the current mode of the file, you can use this method. You can use this attribute file.mode. This file.name is to return the name of the file, and file.softSpace, it return false if space explicitly required with print, or otherwise it is true. So it will return false. So this is how we can use the files. We can to perform the file handling operations in Python. That's all in this tutorial. I hope this tutorial will help you to understand more about file handling operations in Python. If you have any queries, you can visit our website www.bisptrainings.com, and you can get in touch with us. You can subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos on Python, especially for beginners. I will be coming up with some new videos in Python, especially